Hello, let's solve the problem here. So what is the value of x? So we are going to be solving this in two ways. So the first method, so now here we're going to have root x, okay? We multiply this x by this, that is cross multiplication, we have 2x. So now from here, so I can have root x, then we transpose this 2x to the left hand side, we have minus 2 what? Minus 2x equals 0. Now look at what I want to do here. If I have something like x root x then to the power of 2, you see that this will cancel this. So which we are left with x. So which is this? So now I can rewrite this x here. I can rewrite the x here, root x minus 2. I can write this x like x root x squared. So that at the end of the day, we're going to have this, we cancel this, okay, equals 0. So it means we didn't change anything. So now here, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to have root x minus 2. This can be written as root x multiplied by root x because we are having root x 2 times now. So equal 0. So now from here, so we see that root x is common to this both term. So we're going to have root x into brackets here. Root x divided by root x, we have 1 minus root x divided by root x, we're going to have 2 root what? 2 root x, then equal 0. So this is 0 form equation. We're going to have root x, okay, equals 0, or we have 1 minus 2 root x equal 0. Right. So now here, if you square the both sides, so you're going to see that x is going to be 0, or we say 1. We transpose this to the other side, we have 2 root what? 2 root x. So now from here, we square the both sides, root x all squared. So we have 1 equals 2 squared. This square will affect this 2, we have 4. And it will affect this root here, root x, we're going to have square, we cancel this root, we're going to have x. So you divide both sides by 4. Okay? So this, we cancel this. So therefore from here, we have x to be equals 1 over 4. So we have what? We have these two possible solutions. That is x equals 0, then x equals 1 over 4. Now let's look at method 2. In this method 2, we're going to use indices. You know that if you have x to the power of 1 over 2 can be square root of what? Square root of x. So now let's change this square root, that is x all over x equals 2. So now let's change this one to x to the power of 1 over 2 according to what we have here, over x equals what? Equals 2. Now here, since we are having over x here, this over x can be written as x to the power 1. Okay, so we have x 1 over 2 minus 1. From the law of indices, if you have a over a to the power of b and c, this is going to be a, b minus c, right? So that is what we are doing there. So we're going to see this will be what? 2. Now, s is going to be, now 1 over 2 minus 1 is going to be 1 minus 1 over 2 equals 2. Now here, if I want to change this minus sign, that is negative sign, so I can have it to be 1 over x, that is the base, will be 1 over x, then to the power of 1 over 2 equals what? Equals 2. So now from here, so this is like taking the, if I take this, let's take this back, is like this, x square root, because this 1 over 2 power has turned to the square root, we have 2. So now let's try to square the both sides of the equation. If you square the both sides, you're going to have this, we cancel this. We have 1 over x equals 2 raised to power 2 is going to give us 4. Now when you do cross multiplication, okay, you see that we are going to have x to be 1 over 4. So therefore, For this second method, we only got one possible solution of x. Now, the idea is that we cannot say that this is effective or this is the accurate or the second or the first method we use. So now what we are going to use is that let's try to put the value of x we got into the main equation given to us. So if it satisfies, so we move on, right? Now let's do the check. Check when x equals 0. So we have root x, okay, all over x equals 2. So now here, you can see here, x cannot be 0 because if x is 0 here, so x is 0 here, x 0 here, so we're going to have 0 over 0. Why 0 over 0 is what is called indeterminate. Indeterminate. Okay, that is, therefore 0 cannot be the value of x. So now, therefore, let's check when x is 1 over 4. When x is 1 over 4, so we're going to have from 1 over 4, okay, equals 2 over 1 over 4. So according to this, is this going to give us 2 if we put 1 over 4 here? Now let's see, the square root of 1 over 4 here is 1 over 2 all over 1 over 4. Is this going to be 2? Now let's check these two. If you want to find this, so we can have this to be 1 all over, here we have these two, we drop down, we drop it down, we have 1 over 4. Is it going to be 2? So here we have 2 here, 1, 2 here, we have 2. You can see that 1 over 1 over 2, that will give us what? That will give us 2 equals 2. So therefore, now in this manner, all right, so in this type of equation, so we can see that the method 2 is the most effective calculation. That is the method we use. So x equals 1 over 4 is the solution to the problem. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see more of our amazing classes. Bye.